You are watching Envision Seminole 2045 Visioning Tour. In the last video, we talked about what drive growth and estimates projecting the number of new residents that might live in the county by 2045. In this video, we will talk in more detail about the character of different areas of the county and how existing conditions and the county's current policies influence how they might change over the next 2 decades. Let's start with the central area. For the central area, we have created an assessment based on existing conditions and policies to highlight where change is most likely to occur. The areas with the least pressure for change are shown in green, beige, or yellow. The areas with the most pressure for change are shown in shades of orange and red. Estimated wetland areas and lakes are shown in bright green and blue, respectively. Incorporated areas within cities are shown in gray. The purpose of this analysis is to identify what could happen, not necessarily what should happen. Once we have an idea of what is possible, we can use that as a basis to discuss whether each possibility should be encouraged or discouraged in the vision plan. We used a variety of factors to determine where change was most likely to occur. One factor considered is the existing centers and corridors policies in the county's comprehensive plan. We assumed that non-residential areas are more likely to significantly change through redevelopment than residential areas. We looked at areas with a significant difference between the existing use and the maximum development permitted by the comprehensive plan. We also included home ownership as a factor reducing likelihood of change and vacant land as a factor increasing likelihood of change. Now, we'll zoom in on 2 areas in a little more detail. This map is a closer view of the southwest area of the county. Look at the portion of the map indicated by the gray ovals. Here you will notice areas of higher potential change shown in red and orange. This is primarily because they are located in the county's major corridors overlay. The red areas are generally vacant or non-residential properties that could see significant redevelopment. The orange areas are primarily properties in lower density residential neighborhoods close to these main thoroughfares that could see more subtle changes. Such changes might include the replacement of an older home with a new larger home, or the conversion of one or more lots to accommodate more residents, such as through the addition of duplexes or townhomes. This is particularly true of lots that are within close walking distance of potential amenities or have existing buildings in poor condition. Knowing that these areas have the potential for change through policies and opportunity, what should that change look like? Do the current policies support the type of redevelopment that meets the community's goals? The Priority Survey identified establishing walkable and bikeable areas as a top priority. Can the vision identify ways of accelerating that outcome within these opportunity areas? This photo provides an aerial view of one of the major corridors. The image shows a portion of US 1792 on the southern end of the county. Here is a view of the same area from the ground. This is an example of an area where more development is permitted by the comprehensive plan than currently exists on the ground. So far, we have been focused on major corridors, but what about smaller corridors and commercial areas? These are roads throughout the county, often 4 lanes wide, that have smaller scale businesses, as well as entrances to residential subdivisions and other uses. What should the vision say about the future of these areas? This image is an aerial view of Howell Branch Road. This photo shows the same area from a ground level view. Our second map review example is in the southeast area of the county. The areas circled represent properties near the 417 Expressway, shown in bright yellow or orange, with some pressure for change. These are large residential lots of more than 1 acre in an area where policy permits more homes, sometimes up to 4 units per acre. Over the next 20 years, many of these lots could be split or subdivided to accommodate new homes and small subdivisions. Should this change be encouraged to provide more housing? Or should some areas be reserved for a more rural lifestyle even within the central area of the county? There are small pockets of this kind throughout the county, and the answer may vary for each one depending on the desires of local residents, as well as existing conditions and context. This photo is an example of one of the areas we just reviewed on the map. It is an area of rural character within the central portion of the county along Brooks Lane. Next, let's look at the eastern rural area. This map highlights future land uses permitted on private properties in the east rural area. Areas under public control are shown in dark green, and estimated wetland areas are shown in light green. The most common future land use designations within the rural area are Rural 10, permitting 1 unit per 10 acres, shown in light orange, and Rural 5, permitting 1 unit per 5 acres, shown in dark orange. These rural designations also permit agricultural uses. The next map shows how the permitted future land use compares with the existing lot sizes within the rural area. Lighter colors indicate lots that cannot be further subdivided. Darker colors indicate lots that could potentially be further subdivided. For instance, a 5-acre lot within the Rural 5 designation cannot be further subdivided. It has reached its maximum density under the comprehensive plan. In addition, a 7 or 9-acre lot is also too small to be divided into 2 5-acre lots. Larger lots, such as a 10-acre tract in Rural 5 or a 20-acre tract in Rural 10, could undergo a lot split or subdivision to create new lots, assuming consistency with other policies and regulations. Our last map builds on the prior map. In this map, all lots that cannot be subdivided and have a residence are shown in white. The remaining lots, shown in various colors on this map, have the potential to change either through construction of a new home on a single lot or through subdivision under the county's current policies. What does all this mean? We estimate, based on a review of data from the property appraiser, that existing lots in the rural area could potentially accommodate around 1,000 new homes without the need for any additional subdivision or lot splits. This estimate is subject to additional factors that may vary on a lot-by-lot basis. Additionally, larger lots have the potential to be split or subdivided under the current comprehensive plan policies. When discussing potential subdivision or construction, there are additional policies and regulations that may apply, including specific standards associated with the Econ River Protection Area, indicated by a blue dashed line on these maps. The following series of photos provide examples of the character within the East Rural area. This photo was taken in the Black Hammock area. This photo shows downtown Geneva. This photo shows Lake Mills Road. This is another image along Lake Mills Road. This image shows a commercial area on State Road 46. This photo shows Fort Christmas Road. Finally, we will briefly review some image of the Wekiva River Protection Area, sometimes called the WRPA. Development in this area is limited to an average of 1 unit per acre to minimize the impacts of development on water quality in the Wekiva River Basin. This photo shows Longwood Markham Road within the WRPA. This is an aerial view of the Alaqua Lakes community. This photo shows an ungated residential street in the WRPA. This concludes the third and last presentation from the Visioning Tour. We hope you will visit our website to learn more and provide your input on the vision through surveys and comments.